The video for class 11th, and the topic which we are dealing is the collision today. So the this topic comes under the topic that is work, energy and power. Okay, and first let us discuss now about the topic collision. What we have studied about the collision, or what is the conception in our mind regarding the collision, that whenever we study about or talk about the collision, what we expect in our mind that physical contact is necessary, but actually it is not. Means it is not every time it is required that if we are talking about a collision, there should be a physical contact between the two bodies who are colliding with each other. So basically it is not it is every time necessary that physical contact should be there. So what are the key roles of a collision if we'll talk about? Number one, the role which plays is the law of conservation of linear momentum. And the second law which plays its role is the law of conservation of energy. So depending on this concept, the collision has been divided into two parts. Number one is the collision that is elastic, and the second is inelastic. So let us talk about the elastic collision. Let me change the view of the camera. Now, if we talk about the elastic collision, number one, if there is no loss of the kinetic energy during the collision, so that type of collision is considered to be as elastic collision. Means example, if I will talk about the example wise, the collision between the subatomic particles, when we talk about the electrons, protons and all. So the subatomic particles, whenever they collide, so there is no loss of the kinetic energy. So that type of collision is usually considered as elastic collision. Now the second thing which is which we need to keep in our mind when we study about the elastic collision is the linear momentum should be conserved. That we have studied the linear momentum, that is P is equals to mv whenever the body is having some mass m and is moving with certain velocity. So the product gives you the linear momentum, that is P is equals to mv. So during the elastic collision, the linear momentum of a body should be remains conserved. The third concept is the total energy should be conserved, that is the kinetic energy should be conserved. The total amount of energy which is utilizing or which is playing its role during its motion, so that total amount of the energy should be conserved. So specifically if we talk about the kinetic energy, then it should be conserved. It should not there should be no loss in the kinetic energy of the body. Now if I will talk about the inelastic collision, so inelastic collision means what? There should, if there is some loss of kinetic energy is happening during the motion of a body, so that type of collision is usually called as inelastic collision. Example, the collision between the automobile. In our daily life, whatever the type of collision which we are able to see or which we comes into the contact, so that type of collision is basically an inelastic collision. If I will talk about the perfectly inelastic collision, so what is perfectly inelastic collision? Means when a mud is thrown, suppose an example I'm giving, a mud thrown is thrown on a wall, sticks on the wall. So means there is a total loss of the kinetic energy of the mud particle, because initially when we talk about the mud particles, they were into the picture of motion, they must be having some linear momentum. Okay, they must be having some velocity, but when they got stick to the wall, so what happened, their velocity after the collision becomes zero. So as the velocity becomes zero, there is the complete loss of the kinetic energy. And when there is a complete loss of the kinetic energy, so that type of collision is actually called as perfectly inelastic collision. The second thing which we need to keep in our mind whenever we are studying about the collision, the linear momentum of the body should be conserved. That is valid in both the cases. The total energy is conserved, and the last part is kinetic energy is not need to be conserved. Okay, means we it is not like compulsory that if the kinetic energy, whatever the kinetic energy the body initially was moving with, okay, with the same kinetic energy the body should move after the collision also. Means if there is somewhere it is a loss of the kinetic energy, or somewhere is the loss of the velocity of a body, okay, or there is a slight change in the velocity of the body, so that is possible in the inelastic collision. But when the kinetic energy is totally conserved, means when there is no change in the kinetic energy of the body, so that type of collision is basically called as the elastic collision. Now we'll talk about the coefficient of restitution or resilience. Now to get k means how much is the change in the velocity or the relative velocity of the two bodies which are moving. So we can find out the coefficient of restitution, and we can get to know, okay, how much is there is the change in the velocity of a body, or how much is the change in the whether the collision is perfectly elastic or inelastic. Means how to find out the coefficient of restitution? It is basically a ratio of the relative velocity of the separation upon relative velocity of the approach. Relative velocity of the separation, it should be there after the collision, and relative velocity of the approach, it should be there before the collision. Means if I will talk about the formula wise, so we have written E is equals to V2 minus V1 upon U1 minus U2. Why specifically V2 minus V1, and why specifically U1 minus U2? What is the U1 minus U2 gives you? U1 minus U2 relative motion wise, it can be written as U12. And how to read this U12? The relative velocity of first body with respect to the second body. And after the separation, but we have written V2 minus V1 means what? The relative velocity of second body with respect to the first body. So the ratio of these two relative velocity gives you the coefficient of restitution. And keep this thing in our mind, means if we are talking about the restitution or coefficient of restitution, if it is equals to 1, means both the relative velocity of the approach and separation are equal to each other, means v2 1 should be equal to u12, means that type of collision is called as perfectly elastic collision. And second thing, when E is equals to 0, means what we can say that v2 minus v1, means after the separation, what happened? The relative velocity of the two bodies became 0. Okay, means relative velocity of the second body with respect to 1 has become 0. So in that case, the perfectly that case can be called as perfectly inelastic collision. Means what? There is a complete loss of the kinetic energy. Because of why there is a complete loss? Because the velocity of the body became 0, means the relative velocity of the separation became 0. So at that time, the coefficient of restitution has become 0. So these type of question usually comes in the MCQ, that if the E value is equals to 0, so which type of collision it is, or if it is equals to 1, then which type of collision it is. So these are concept based questions, so you can do that. And so for all the collisions, just keep one thing, that all the collision, the E lies between 0 to 1. Okay, the E value should be 0 to 0 0.9, 0 0.8, somewhere between 0 to 1. It can be 1 at only in one condition, when the collision is perfectly elastic, and it should be 0 in only one condition, when the collision is perfectly inelastic. So in between whatever the collision is happening, the E value will remain between the 0 to 1. So this is all about the introduction of the collision. In the next video, we will study about the elastic collision in one dimension.